has just gone 7:38. Of course, we are unlocking the African potential, and of course, we are just having, of course, our guest ready for us just as of this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, let's of course keep, of course, and rather clap our hands together and welcome, of course, the one and only guest that we have been waiting for. Is it Sipho or is it Sipose?
Sipose too. But you can call me Sipho. Sipho, my mom gave me this name, and Magasho Ati, I will be the gift of the nation.
Okay, so now we have the same name.
Yeah. The same.
Same thing. Silas. Yeah. As we unlock the African potential. Just of course in a nutshell, who is Sipho, Usipho Wenzani, and of course let's take it from there.
My name is Sipho Setu wakamlambisa ugabuce washutithibo nosingo mntomlambo ngosini umsuthu umjobi ngokwakhe. Originally I'm from the Eastern Cape, but I'm based here in Pretoria, Lima Melody. I work as a boiler operator, and I'm a content creator, a podcaster. And please, guys, do check out my podcast. It's called the Q's Podcast. It's on YouTube, where it's an educational platform where I have interviews and also dialogues, and also monologues, where I share my thoughts on politics, religion, and different other topics.
Yes.
Yeah, stay here. Melody. Yeah. Yeah.
Ekhaya lokhuluma isipedi but weba wona lento yakho le ukujika na
South Africa, we are a rainbow nation, so we have to embrace. Embracing is grace
to be done. Of course, as we unlock the African potential, talk to me about the reason why you are here. Why did you do what you do?
The reason I'm here, let me start by the podcast. The podcast, it's a vehicle in which I use now to actually tap into my gift. My gift and my calling is just to help people. So through a podcast, that's where I can reach the masses, I can communicate with people, and I can tell stories. There are nice stories in which Lima Melody, they are not heard. So I want to give people who are marginalized, people who don't have a voice to share their story, their pain. Because remember, us as Black South Africans, we come from a very, very, very difficult history. And when you look back at the systems of oppression like colonialism, slavery, and apartheid, they really, really, really traumatized us psychologically. So now we need to operate in our nature. We need to go back, not operate in nature, but operate in our nature as Black people. I just want to be the light in the dark.
What kind of stories do people share?
Where they come from. I've had a lot of interviews. Currently, I'm sitting at about 730 subscribers. I've had a guy called Debo Makena, and I'm sure you know him, Under the Sun. I've heard. Currently, I did a video with a guy called Mkulu Amir, which is a white man. His father is British and his mother is Arabic origin. So a man who's initiated in so many ways. Now he's busy Obungoma and embracing our culture. So I like such stories, and we do not discriminate, but everyone is welcome to share his or her story.
And manje makulababa that let's say, into the likes of getting to be using, of course, substances, as there are drug users that come to you and you have this conversation and all that. And what is the one common conversation that you say you get to hear from them?
You know what to get to hear. I have to start by the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where everyone needs a psychological needs. We need a house, we need food, we need water, and after that you have to get now safety, so that you can secure what you have, and also you need to have self-actualization. So you realize that these people, they lack self-actualization, and also they feel like they're lacking love and belonging. So that is the deepest thing I come across. And also the trauma of most of them, their parents are no more, some of them they have separated, so you can see that these people are dealing with a very deep trauma, psychologically. So my aim is to give them that chance to say it, and if the opportunity come and a platform so that they can go to rehab. And I also want to do this program. That's why I've also been interviewing prophets and izinyanga, so that nabo they can go and organize, like people like Bomkulu Amiram, like take a guy there, go and look for a prophecy, let's check about, and then after checking, maybe it's because of the person is not aligned now to the spirit, because remember, we have incarnated this body, we are spiritual beings which have the soul, the mind, so we need to go back, because it's because of we are not answering our calling. So that's what I've realized. And these people are so intelligent that they articulate and they have the love. That I love them. Even Jesus, begahamba asiza labantu abafana nabo, everyone, and they didn't judge. So these people, they need love. What I've realized that is love and belonging in the Maslow's hierarchy of need. Whether you can go to a fancy school, the parents bakuthengela impahla ezinhle, amaGucci, Louis Vuitton, but if you don't feel the love and the belonging, that's why you find a lot of children bahlezi phansi kwamabridge, left home because of, he will say, no, my parents don't give me that love. Yes, they give me this material, but they do not give me that love, and I do not feel the love and belonging. So that's why I chose this path, and it's time now to take them back and babuyele emuva.
Is it always love?
And also look at the, as I've said, the black community, the family unit is broken. So you find in most households they are led by single mothers. And when you look at also the system, one gets to wonder, maybe these elites, they've created this system so that more men and more young men are being marginalized and they're not working, and that thing, it affects you. You can't provide, you can't protect. They find themselves down in the food chain. And remember, we are masculine, so this system sometimes it oppresses them and it makes them to be feminine, more feminine. That's why more young men, they gravitate towards people like Jordan B. Peterson and Andrew Tate, so that they find resonance with them with their message. And you have to balance both the masculine energy and also the feminine energy. So we do need a father and a mother in a household, so that children have a better life and get the best of both. Because one parent they angeka khona. So about abantu abamnyama kumele sibuyele emuva and like start loving one another and stop this thing of ukuthi siseparate gender, siseparate ethnic lines and all those stuff. But we need to be united, because divided we shall conquer. So
let's take a song, of course, and coming up to this, we're going to wrap up this conversation.
Peace.
And Mazet as well as Taksin Nevare Kwelizayo. So let's get to take a look into, of course, your journey. What is the end game?
The end game is, for me, it is to help as much as people as I can, because of, remember, I'm a spiritual person. So let me break down spirituality. Spirituality is not binary, it's not black and white, but spirituality is nuanced. So spirituality, actually, when you look at spirituality, it's complex. Spirituality is broad. So with spirituality it's a diviner in which we connect with, and we connect also with nature. We connect also with people, just like I'm also connecting with you now. So with spirituality, that's why I say that it exists in similarities and also exists sometimes in parallel. So for me, I need to, when I help people, I feel fulfilled. So when I'm fulfilled inside, I get filled. And remember, when you get filled, you're vibrating at the higher frequency. And vibrating at a higher frequency means that there is protections. When you're vibrating at a higher frequency, means that you can access now spiritual intelligence. And when you're vibrating at a higher frequency, now you become a co-creator of your reality than becoming a victim of your circumstances. I refuse to become a victim of my circumstances. Therefore, I want to become a better person. I want to humble myself. I remember the advice which was given by Denzel Washington. He was giving it to Will Smith. He said, when you are doing well at the highest moments, that's when the devil attacks. So we need to be cognizant of that fact that spirituality is hard. It's not for the faint-hearted. Heavier is the hard head that wears the crown. So to whom much is given, much is expected. So just like my name, I have to become a gift to the people, rather than becoming a curse to people.
Yeah, beautiful. Abanye igama labo lithi so yena kwenza so, which by it's always a problem.
Yeah, uthola ukuthi umuntu akhona is not aligned, yabo. So uyangama pressures, programmed through life, because the social media nga programmer nabantu ba programmer, but you need to find yourself. Even when you look at the book called Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty, he speaks about the triple C, the cancers of the mind, which is to complain, to compare yourself, and also to compete with people. So you need to find yourself. And I urge to people to read more. So when you read more, then reading and seeking knowledge is the antidote or the vaccine, so that you do not be as susceptible to manipulation, because we're living in times where you will be manipulated. So we need to learn, unlearn, and relearn, because this life thing is a journey which we need to actually be willing to learn all the time.
Yeah, beautiful, profound. That is one motivation for us, of course, to also get to be hearing as of this period of the time. Mbafela, Mr., when people want to be in touch with you, how do they get to be, of course, get to follow you?
They can find me on TikTok. It's CPO2440. So basically on TikTok, I go around documenting drug addicts, normal people. They share the word of the day, they share the stories, I put it out there. And also they can check me out on YouTube, QEWS podcast, Q's podcast, and they should subscribe, like, comment. Yeah, let's engage. And also they can catch me on Facebook. It's Siposetu Mlambisa, and let's engage. I'm willing to help a lot of people because of, remember the ways of God when he say, go ye and subdue the world, by the sword of thy brow thou shalt live. So we must go out there and spread the good news, spread the gospel, and become better people. Read more books. That's why I recommend books. I recommend the book called Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty. I recommend a book by Viktor Frankl called A Man's Search for Meaning. There's a quote inside that book which says, forces beyond our control may come and take away everything that we possess, but we only left with one freedom, the freedom how we respond now to the situations. Because remember, responding to stimuli means that good and bad things happen to everyone. So it's about how you react in the midst of storms, because sometimes when you find yourself struggling and in a bad position, things sometimes must collapse so that you can find yourself again. Isn't those Moshe? It's Moshe so that you can become a new person. Even the Bible, and become a better person. And sometimes you have to eat your words, chew your ego, and swallow your pride. Let me repeat that again. Eat your words, chew your ego, and swallow your pride and some work. Whether une degree, whether une diploma la uhlezi khona umsebenzi awukho, if eShoprite bakufonela bathi woza uzocleaner uzozenzani, start somewhere. Because now we're living in a generation where it's a microwave generation, where people want things, instant gratification other than delayed gratification. Guys, allow the process to shape you. Me, I've worked in the boiler for 12 years now, and I'm also doing all these works. I'm also reading a lot, as I've been recommending books. I also recommend the book called The Ultimate Gift. The author of the book, it's Jim Stovall. He speaks about how we are blessed to have this ultimate gift called life, ultimate gift called work, ultimate gift called friends, ultimate gift called family, because of people kunabantu out there which have lost their parents and impilo yabo it's upside down. So to us as nabazali, as nomsebenzi, let's embrace that work. Let's thank God for ukuthi siyaphila. Yabo, when you're complaining ukuthi awuna statula but somebody else usesibhedlela akananyawo. Yabo, so we must stop this thing yokuba materialistic, but we must look inside. Greater is he who's within us than the one who is in the world. So we need to do what I call inner engineering. So with books, you can actually access the minds of the authors. And now we're living in the 4th industrial revolution. So if you don't have a book, now you don't have an excuse. You can go to the YouTube and the audiobooks there. You should download. So we should use social media to our advantage. Not to abuse social media, but actually to download information, look for positive information, because of if you consume positive information, then you'll vibrate at a higher frequency.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, peace.